All right, so I'm going to send you to boards quite a bit. I think I don't want to sit here and blabble the entire time, but we've got some stuff to get through. We only have 2 meetings this week, so I want to set you up for your homework so that you understand it. How I'm pulling the homework is I'm using things that you might see somewhere else, rather than if you go through a book, they'll start staircasing you just like they do in calculus. They'll start, you have to know this to do this. You have to know this to do this. What I'm doing is instead teaching the bare minimum that we have to get into actually doing pure mathematics. And then I'll pull from different disciplines. And your homework right now is pulled from linear algebra, but you'll be using the definitions we use in class, not the stuff that you're learning in linear algebra. So if you haven't had linear algebra, you're not at a deficit. You're actually doing it the proper way using the definitions. And that's what your homework is. It's already posted on the calendar invite for today. I don't think I would put it on the due date. It's in Canvas. Can we have closed laptops, please? So it's in Canvas already. So it's up there. You can find it. And if you haven't realized yet, open that thing as soon as you can. So you at least get what it is you're supposed to do. So you're not opening it on Sunday night going, I have no idea what this is asking me. So I'm pretty forgiving about that at the very beginning while you get acclimated to the class, but I become less and less forgiving about that. So you should be starting to change the way you look at doing homework and the process in here, because it's a bit of work. It's a different kind of work though. All right, function. We got sets. This notation means F takes elements in X and assigns them to elements in Y. That's the formal definition of function. You might have got it in classes before, but typically in your high school classes, maybe, or grade school classes, they talk about functions using something. How do you tell if something's a function? Remember? Vertical line test? Vertical line test. So this is the adult version of the vertical line test. I was tempted to show you braid groups today. There's stuff that we do have functions over that you cannot visualize. For example, braid groups. There's strings that you attach other strings to and do things with the strings. So you're actually mapping the strings to another string. So there's stuff that can go into a function and stuff that can come out of a function that can be very different than what you're used to. That's why I actually hate the K through 12 system, where we just get everybody ready to be a 1950s engineer. That's what you're getting ready for. So you never see any, keep seeing the same thing over and over and over. So by the time you start to see something different, it's just a shock to the system. You do see it in linear algebra. You might have thought the way they teach that is we first teach you matrices, how to manipulate matrices, but the big theorem is towards the end of the semester, where they tell you that if you have a function and it's linear, then it can be represented by a matrix. That was like the big theorem. When I taught it in a graduate program, we go the other way around. We teach functions first, explain all this stuff about the functions, and then say, hey, by the way, we can represent this as a matrix, which is pretty cool. Anyways, aside, that's why I picked linear stuff for you to do, just because it'll connect this to what you're doing in the class. Can't do a vertical line test for matrices, right? And vectors, that doesn't exist. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is, as an in-class assignment, take boards, everybody can take their own board, draw your unit circle. My unit circle just looks like a closed curve. It doesn't look anything like a circle. It's fine. Just make a closed curve that has about approximately a radius of 1, put some units on your axes, and then do your old vertical line test and connect it back to this definition. See what makes sense. I kind of walk you through the directions on here for the in-class assignment. All right,